creating creating Farmversities,
Okay,
like how you have created Aranya and what it took to create one. Do we need more? So I'm going to ask three, four of these questions,
please.
and just give me those answers. And the recording already started, so we'll be
Yeah,
then
no problem.
cutting them into crisper clips for Instagram, for YouTube, and all for people to see.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my first question is, Narsanna, so good to see you here.
Nice.
Uh,
Thank you.
and I have visited the Aranya Permaculture Academy, which is, I feel, is like a heaven we have here. Why? What inspired you? What made you start the Aranya Permaculture Academy? That's my question.
Shall I give just? Yeah, I'm. Frankly speaking, Manaji, I think this is not Aranya permaculture farm is a young baby actually, because my journey started in 1987.
Mm-hmm,
This Aranya is a just 25-year-old, but before that I started my permaculture journey in 1987, which means 38 years. I'm traveling
wow.
the same. Yeah. So which means I think that inspiration continued to different levels. But coming to the NGO, as an NGO organization, Aranya Agriculture Alternatives, because I was working with the different groups, and slowly I came to in contact with Dr. Venkat. You know Dr. Venkat.
Mm-hmm,
He was my mentor and guru as well. And I got an opportunity to work with directly with the Bill Mollison. And then I think he is cautioning many times. I think best I think most of the NGO setup. I'm not criticizing NGO setup, but I think NGO itself. I think what are the lines? I think most of the NGOs, they do work different way of project. They handle different kind of thing. They health and education, some little small NGO work they do it. I think we should keep this. The picture is a very broader picture. What is the ultimately what we wanted to achieve? So that made me to think a lot. Then my permaculture way of living and looking at the things, my lenses are very differently what people normally think in NGO sector.
mm-hmm,
And with the permaculture lens, I looked at this entire world of the globe in a different way. I think the kind of humanity, first of all, first of all, we are all humans. I think after that, this permaculture and natural farming and organic farming, this is things are later. But I
yeah.
give as a first, everyone should accept that we are all humans, behave like humans. So this is very fundamental, very important to look at this aspect. So then my entire journey before permaculture, I am a little more aggressive, more arrogant, lot of egoistic, and more different, and more kind of what do you say, it's a more very strong and atheist. I think I'm basically that I think that could be the reason why I want to look at the things a very different way rather than regular NGO culture. So
Mm-hmm,
I think it's a wrong or right, I cannot justify, but the kind of the fact is that. So I wanted to see a different world. I think they have to think differently also. I think I am searching for this kind of things. Fortunately, I got people like Bill Mollison and Dr. Venkat. I met Namalwar and Narayan Rigaru, Bhaskar Save. I think even Foucault I met. I think this is one of the very strong sense of humanity, and with the kind of people aspect, and at the same time the global level. What is the challenges we are facing? It is not just only poverty. I think poverty in the soils, poverty in the environment as well. Poverty
mm-hmm,
always belongs to the only humans. But
yeah.
what are the poverty in the soils and poverty in the structure? I think that
Mm,
the poverty in the knowledge. I think the ultimately for whom is my question from the bay. That's why I did my most of my life before permaculture. I was with the people. I fought for the rights of the people. I think maybe took a different shape, different turn when I came into the permaculture. I think the definitely the credit goes to with my Dr. Venkat. He is a very different person, very ethical living. Ethically, how much ethical we have to question ourselves. I think I found some ethics in this. Maybe I have some just sometime more aggressive, more
mm-hmm,
radical. It doesn't mean,
mm-hmm,
but I am more rational person also. So how you balance these things are very differently, I thought. So I got very good direction. Then I thought of, I think, the work with the Venkat. I think over a period of time, I got some exposure in the fields of different wet areas and semi-arid, arid areas, high rainfall area, and like people in the tribal areas and the plain areas. This kind of I got great opportunity to work with the communities. I think that community strength is more than enough what I thought actually. So then I was before my permaculture journey, I did with the farmers. I fought for the people rights, land and rights, and more kind of wisdom kind of thing. And at the same time, the when permaculture came, I think I thought this is one of the best alternative for my previous life, even what I'm thinking in future also. I think that is how I think it's the that's a great inspiration from the people, the kind of life they were living, the kind of examples they are stand for. I think that is where I think my Aranya, I should have my own organization to take decision making. So I was working with the, I think, ownership. I don't believe. Why I own my land? Just look at the conflict. I don't believe in ownership, but at the same time, I want to own just because of small excuse of that because I can take decision. I think there's a wrong. Actually, I did mistake, no doubt. But still, I have to support because the kind of decision I making, I got it. Decision making power, I got it. I can think very differently. I think that made me to think a lot. I started my there's with the few friends of my classmates and even my family support. I think a lot. I think then I wanted to take it as a let's take it forward to establishing one organization called Aranya Agricultural Alternatives. The Aranya, I love it because I am from forest area. And agriculture is, I think agriculture is a catchy word. Everybody look at, if you, without touching agriculture, people are not ready to pay any attention. They're not ready to look at you at all. So the alternatives, I think what is the alternative for the present conventional and just what is happening, just I wanted to look for some alternatives. That way permaculture is also one of the alternative, I thought. I think that is where the inspiration I got it from people like, already I given a lot of names, and the kind of life the we are living. I think what kind of food we are eating, what kind of cultures we are encountering. I think just this is a great inspiration I got it from. That's why I started our own organization called Aranya Agriculture Organization. Since then, but what the foundation, the ethics and principles are permaculture principles. I will never go with the leaving just sake of NGO. I don't want to sold myself for something else. I have to stand with myself, and I want to be with the ethics and principles. That's what I proud of myself. I'm doing good job.
Undoubtedly. My question stems to that is from Aranya Agriculture Alternative, which is now 25 years old. Aranya Permaculture Academy has also become a very
I'm coming. Yeah, the Permaculture Academy, I think this is a very simple because the Aranya confusion. Aranya NGO is umbrella. Under umbrella, I think whatever the work I do, it is focus was little dilution. As a NGO, today NGO, what is NGO normally? Because most of the pattern of NGO getting funds and doing some projects and what are the jobs, so what are the projects given by government, we have to implement and show, and we'll get our percentage. Percentage means some 10% admissions cost. This is a very, very common pattern. But now I don't want to be like that also. I want to be little self-sustained. Also, I want to look at the example. We have to generate our own minimum needs to meet our minimum basic needs. We have to generate our own income. I think this is one of the academy is one of the source of my income, because I wanted to separate from the Aranya Agriculture Organization as an NGO. I think this is under that umbrella. I named it Aranya Permaculture Academy. Academy, I think, is how much it is relevant, I don't know. But just to identity crisis, nothing but identity crisis. And I'm doing NGO work at the same time under that umbrella, Aranya Agriculture Alternative NGO umbrella. This academy is a special identity because it is exclusively deal with the more projects of permaculture projects and teaching and learning and educating and advocacy. This all together, I think some kind of little more teaching and different levels. I think that then when academy means people also mindset is all totally different. Academy, okay, what is the academy? Then they say and they go, and that is how I started the academy. It has happened in the 2000 after IPC. And Aranya hosted International Permaculture Convergence in 2017. 2018, I happened to come across to invited Rosemary Morrow. I think when we were, a lot of discussion was going on before that also. I think the Venkat and the Bill Mollison, they were talking about, I think you have to start something because there is no much focus on the as a permaculture. I think I thought it an institute or something, or I thought something, but Indian Permaculture Institute something. But Indian, when you use it illegally, legal is not good actually. That's what I said. Aranya Permaculture Academy is not that kind of legal issues around there. There, it has a special identification. Rosemary also supported that. I think Narsanna is a right idea too, because there is no academies anywhere. I think India, as a, because you have done a lot of work, why don't you do that? Then immediately in 2018 October, I announced this Aranya Permaculture Academy. So that's what this happened. After that, I could see a lot of difference, a lot of change. So people are started consulting, people are started calling me to academy, what are the courses are happening. Is totally focusing on more education and learning from community and putting that back to the community again in a form of educating people. I think that is academy is more focused on the permaculture and a lot of knowledge sharing and resource sharing, this kind of things that I think I could see the difference between the just working and conducting PDCs or in the name of Permaculture Academy. I think it's that I could see that difference. I think very interesting things are happening.
That's true, actually, because I recall this conversation with you around 2018-19 when the academy was being conceived. It was just before COVID also hitting in, so a year before COVID, and I remember this, we talk you telling me about the need of a place like this, like
Yeah,
a center
right.
of excellence for academics and permaculture and research and all that, which really created a like stuck with me that we definitely need. My question is how relevant you think such academies are, and if yes, then how can we have more of these academies around the country, around the world?
Yeah, just it. Yeah, it's a very interesting. I have Aranya Permaculture Academy is again the other day I met some of the national network people. I think what they were supporting, what they were asking me is, I think it is only into academy at in this area. I think is the Aranya Permaculture Academy in Aranya. I think can we work in a different states because they have a national network they have. I think they are asking me to help in permaculture. Different groups are there. Can we set up need not to call academy but some permaculture group? I think the college or some unit or center kind of thing. So the name is a little always sometimes it makes good, sometimes it's very confusion also. So what name has to be given I am not decided, but the internet, the national network people are requesting me to, and they shared a lot of ideas. I have given some thought to them but not fully materialized. I think we wanted to collaborate with them. Collaboration is one of the best way, Manaji. Collaboration is easy. I think otherwise independently how much you can do, you have your own limitation. But when you collaborate with others, that's the best way. I think that's what we are meant for. I think the collaboration is needed. Let us start as centers, permaculture centers. Name is label is label. I don't. Sometimes I'll feel sometimes uncomfortable, but otherwise, what should I call? That's a big problem. Narsanna is identified as a nurse, permaculturist, because I go with that. Whether it's a right or wrong, I don't mind. But the permaculture center in Orissa, permaculture center in something. I think there are NGOs are working. Some independent groups are there. Even farmers are there. I think how we collaborate with them. I think the centers could be started in different place where the enthusiastic people are there. Some of them they wanted to run this kind of academies and different things. They wanted to see the change in that environment, in that location, in that region. I think I am planning to having that also. I think meanwhile these farm universities, I think this is one of the best cons. Immediately when Manishji asked, I think I said immediately without saying, okay, I'll be with you. That's it. There's no other answer because I'm ready for the,
I'm coming for a deeper discussion with you.
Yeah. Then immediately then I said that is a good. I think that is where I thought last time, sorry, I wanted to met I was in Taiwan the last month.
Yeah.
So the international permaculture people, I think they mentioned Maniji name also. I think when I talked about these farm universities, I think she we are also, I think Maniji and we are working together. I think is a great idea. Better, Narsanna, you don't just skip. You have to be there. Otherwise, I think is a different ideas you have. I think you have to help these kind of moments. I think I'm very great. I think we have to sort centers at varsities. We can collaborate with the varsities. Any group, I think the name is not important. How much knowledge will be shared with the farmers, the and the land they are doing research level, lot of hard work they are doing, they are thinking, they are looking for the best solutions. I think nothing is wrong to collaborate with anyone. That's what I'm sure the academies or name, whatever it name, I think we wanted to work across, but on not as a Narsanna. I think my students itself 5,228 Maniji across the world, but even India itself 384, 3,804 students are there from all states.
Of course,
Big
I'm one of
network.
those.
Yeah, like that, it is possible. I need not to be there, but the center will be there. Farm universities, they can help with the farmers with the collaboration. That is possible.
So the thought is this, that there are these farmers, we are calling each organization, setup, person, uh, which any farm which is engaged in imparting knowledge, wisdom about improving sustainable regenerative farming, creating a better working on climate action, creating better soil. We are calling each one of them farmversities, but not all of them are working in the permaculture way.
No,
Now,
not.
uh, what is it which we can do? Like, I have a question which says, uh, how we can upgrade them or empower them with permaculture? Do you think that
Yeah.
is a good idea to add permaculture to their thought process?
Yeah, for me, I think it is the every person, every individual has their own strengths. So in some state, I think is the only wild fruit collection. Somebody is a very good skilled in, yeah, everybody has seed collection. Some of them the only identification of plants. Somebody working in carpentry. Some of the very good artists in the only drawing, painting the about trees identification. The disappeared varieties of trees. They're a very good artist. You don't know the botanical name, but you know if you show them, they will draw the nice picture of the tree. I think the art form, theater, singing, lot of ways. I think everybody need not to have a talk permaculture. These are all needed tomorrow. Musical night and concerts and the talking about and making small booklets, small articles about women issues, soil and climate change, biochar, tank silt, seeds, skills, how youth is working hard to get some employment. I think number of issues are there. You cannot put it limit to only one or two things. How we can integrate all these things, how where the strengths are there, you go there, you work with them. That is strength we wanted in permaculture.
Also, the our principles of permaculture, the ethics of permaculture, they tend to answer a whole lot of everything actually.
Everything. We I think we concised it. Actually, we can elaborate it. I think everywhere somewhere it cut across many things.
I haven't come across a problem which cannot be solved using a permaculture principle. Yeah.
So yeah,
So,
yeah.
so that is very interesting. Uh,
But we are not, sometimes we are not properly understanding what exactly does it mean. If you thoroughly, if you understand the principles and ethics, I think better we can more into Indian context. The ethics are very strong. At the same time, principles in Indian context, there are many things we can, when we recollect those things, Arey, it is very simple. Why we are not thought of all these years? It is a solution. Not maybe perfect. Perfect, I don't like. Anybody thinks about perfect, they are imperfect people. I don't want to be perfect, but something we can get some clue about it. With that clue, you just go ahead.
what is that which you will say that how we can raise? Uh, we are working on a belief that farmversities are uh, a great complementary answer to the formal institutions, colleges, universities of farming, and they are bringing the learning and education about good practices to the grassroots, the farmversities. Uh, what is that which we can do to make this movement stronger, to take it to every nook and corner which is untouched by the formal large universities, or even in the universities, this thinking is not existing about like you talk of poverty of soil, poverty of environment, poverty of community. We are not thinking like that. We are just thinking of better profit, more growth, more. So, what is that which we can do to take this at the grassroots? What would be your approach to that?
Yeah. The grassroots, I think it's the first of all the understanding grassroots. It is what is the grassroots. I think the definition has got changed. I think we are part of everything. Is change is inevitable, no doubt. Their mindset, their way of thinking has got changed also.
Mhm,
But the challenge in the we are failed to understand the real problem all these days I thought, but to understand there is no much time to even digest the thing. Meanwhile,
mhm,
the kind of rapid changes are happening in the society, in the technology, in the environment, in the climate. I think it's the mind blowing. Earlier we had enough ample of time to think something, some solution to how to understand this problem. But today I
mhm,
think that ample of time also not available to think, because that kind of rapidly things are getting changing. I think you have to
mhm,
be more innovative, more little more faster than what the things are happening. You have to pay some attention to the things. I'll give it one or
mhm,
two things. Most of the time we'll go with the jargon. So
mhm,
today the people have come from Orissa. So simple I tell. I told two things. They're all
mhm,
grassroots, 30 farmers, 30
mhm,
agriculture officers, horticulture officers. So
mhm,
why you are here? I said we came here to. They said we came here to learn the organic. What you are doing there? We are all doing organic. Organic.
mhm,
What do you do? So we do deep plows. We do all Nimastra, Agnihotra, or something. They started telling.
mhm,
So I think this is. Look, I'm not anti to organic farming or any farming. Look at
mhm,
our culturally. When you say an organic farming, you should not do deep plowing. It's not good.
mhm,
If you say that, they will get angry.
mhm, mhm,
But this is a adding a lot of your carbon dioxide. You are opening the soil and more deep plows in a lot of the emissions. From the soil, what are the carbon sequestration happen? You are opened and you are sending into the atmosphere. We, on the other
mhm,
side, other end, we are talking about climate change. You are not addressing the problem, but you are talking about the deep soil is a good for the absorption of water, and any insects or any arthropods, anything is there, protozoa is there, they will die so that my crop is saved. The very
mhm,
simple logic. I think these kind of things, I think there is no continuation. The backward and forward linkages, the linkage thought process is not there. I think then I told. I think in Orissa, I have seen. Maybe you might have seen number of things. Still, the people are do the one plow, one bull.
mhm, mhm.
They do only scratching.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Yeah, it was there, sir. Many years in our area, still they do it. But we tell, I think, don't do that. Scratches are not enough. You have to do more deep plow. We brought the tractor.
Mhm. Oh,
Look at the because the realization at the same time, but a lot of this kind of knowledge is not a new. Everybody doing, but they never pay any attention. So this is one of the solutions for the climate change. Why should we should have a global warming, climate change, big thing? This jargon, the big words I don't want to use actually. Simple things are happening. You have to be happy with that. So I think these are the most of the time. Yesterday I was talking in the I told also last time also. These are government records. I was talking to the other day. The collector was here. In the big yesterday, I was in the Hyderabad, the
mhm,
land revenue record office. Biggest minister, they invited me. They were saying in this Medak district, how much wasteland is there? I said, no, sir,
mhm,
sorry. There is no wasteland. We are a wasted land. You change your word first.
mhm, mhm,
Because you governments, still many years, just you kept you holding that land with you. You never gave the people to cultivate something. That's why it became wasted land. But it's not a
mhm,
wasteland. You had to change that word in your records. How much, how many acres and wasted land in that area you ask. I think you
mhm.
have to, this has to think change. So then
Yeah.
you are make more. Everybody felt very bad about it. Really, I didn't
Accountability
say anything.
comes. Yeah, you're
I
right.
didn't say anything. Just corrected the word. They felt so guilty. My job is to make them feel guilty. Otherwise, correct it or rectify it. More than
Hmm.
that, you need not to preaching is not required. Even our people, anytime come here, the course they talk about, I'm making nice compost. Grassroot I'm talking about. When you come, this is just small things easier, because we're not very good intellectuals to think many things. Small, where you are comfortable, where you are ensure an authentic information, you explain them much better. My people will come here, what you are doing in urban setup. We are doing very great. What do you do? We'll do a lot of great compost with my kitchen waste, sir. Why it is a waste? It is not a kitchen waste. It's a kitchen residues. If you use the waste, you are the waste fellow. How it will become a waste?
The thought thinking has to change. The
Exactly.
accountability has to come.
Yeah, they cannot argue. Yeah, it makes sense. Why is the waste why I'm using? I'm a waste fellow. How can I say, if they're the waste, you are the waste fellow?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, that what is a grassroots, I don't know, but at a grassroots level where you wanted to change some small things, when you interact with the community, I think, let us see, I think we have to understand a lot. I think the first hand information is our old people, and next otherwise the people, those who are into the profession of agriculture. I think next is the books and some information with the government. The different levels of information are there, but first hand information with the people are there already. So how we can intervene, how much we can intervene is the easy. Otherwise, you cannot bring back what you lost. What is there, you try to preserve them. What you lost, you cannot get them. Sorry, it is not possible. But we are trying to get all old traditional knowledge. My wisdom I lost, I get it back. It never happens. I think still we are in a strong side. Let be what is in our hand, we'll do with those tools. Don't think what we lost. It is not possible. I think we are wasting our time in that.
Yeah.
No, these are the simple things why I'm mentioning. What is the grassroots? Always I'm doubtful. I think we have to first of all think what you want to teach, what you want to tell, what you want to practice. Everybody may not be those who teach. They may not practice. Those who practice, they may not live like an example. Everybody has their own limitations. I'm not saying everybody what they said they talk, but that kind of people you climb across, very limited people. I think that is our treasure of knowledge is there. I think every after month and year after year, I think we are losing the great knowledge people. I think this is the right time to capture how much knowledge we can capture through them. I think from this farm university is a much better option. I think we have a chance till we can keep them, and then you implement some of these things. May not work, I know, but still, but where it is available to get that kind of thing is a decentralizing and localizing the information, localizing the knowledge, localizing the people. I think is the best way to make is easy. अरे तालाब में मच्छी इजी पकड़ सकते हैं, मगर समुद्र में पानी पकड़ना मुश्किल है.
Yeah, that's a great example. Locally, we have some tools. I'm thinking like which are made available to each of these projects. Then how they can use these tools is localization of the tool.
Localization.
Yes. So localization I take as a takeaway for this, and to create at a on a parallel level at the Farmversity, which is there in Jhadol, which is part of the first of the pilot projects by the Ecoversities Alliance. They're doing fantastic work, but what they need, I realize I was visiting them, is being trained in the permaculture way also.
Okay.
So because then the moment that comes, the permaculture thinking gets transferred or gets validated by the tribals of that area.
Okay.
They're very wise. These young boys who come there, they bring the tribal wisdom with them, and there is a lot of validation which can be done by the permaculture thinking of their own skills and ideas. So one of my thoughts is, and I would like to ask you, what do you say, is to look at them as one particular pilot project.
Okay.
And can we do a permaculture module for them?
Yeah. If you give some more information, some materials, otherwise we can visit also. I can give some time. That's not, I'm that kind of not that much busy. Once we'll visit also. Why not?
That is fantastic. Now I got
Yeah,
you roped in onto this. This is so lovely. Thank you
yeah.
for
Thank
that
you.
commitment. I
Sure,
really would want
we will go.
that to happen and
We will go.
create
We
an
will go.
interaction around that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
thanks, Narsanna
yeah.
ji.